Your top stories: Veronica Sobukwe has passed away. She was the widow of struggle icon and PAC founder Robert Sobukwe. The 91-year-old passed on in hospital early this morning. Mam Sobukwe has been staying in Graaff-Reinet in the Eastern Cape, and she was largely forgotten under her husband's death in 1977. Sobukwe was, however, awarded the Order of Luthuli in silver by President Cyril Ramaphosa in April. Tributes are pouring in for her on social media, with some describing her as a resilient and strong woman. For more on this, we are now joined on the phone line by PAC National Spokesperson Kenneth Mogatle. Good morning to you, spokesperson. Thank you very much for joining us here on Afro World View. Sad news this morning as we heard of the passing of Veronica Sobukwe. Just talk us through the reaction from the PAC.
Good morning to you, Abigail, and to your viewers. Thanks for having me. We are very devastated as a PAC to have received such a sad or tragic news in the early mornings of at around 2 a.m. We always knew that Ms. Sobukwe was not well, considering her age, that she was fragile, her conditions. She has been in hospital in Graaff-Reinet, but was discharged yesterday. So we thought that she was gaining back her health, or trying to reclaim back her health. But then at around 2 a.m., the PAC received this sad news that Ms. Sobukwe is no longer with us. We will dearly miss her because of her humbleness, her humility, and her resilience. All the years in the struggle that she has been with Mr. Robert Sobukwe, our founding president, she has been able to demonstrate leadership. She has been able to demonstrate to us the resilience and the patience. She took initiative. She always took initiative. She did not wait for the PAC to do anything. You'll realize that there were letters that she at times wrote to the government, or she was able to communicate directly with the government without waiting for the input of the PAC, because she was worried about the health and about the welfare of her husband, Mr. Robert Sobukwe. She has been heading or leading the family of Sobukwe up until today, when we just heard the news that she's no longer with us. So as the PAC, we are devastated by the news, and we are saying that we will always be with the family in these trying times.
Spokesperson, in April, Mam Sobukwe was awarded the Order of Luthuli in silver by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Just talk us through, the type of woman she was during the struggle and in the fight against apartheid. Just give us some history and a reminder of everything that this woman has done.
We have to remember where Mr. Robert Sobukwe had met Mama Zwandeni, Veronica Sobukwe. They met when Mama Sobukwe was leading nursing students, when the nursing students were demonstrating against the conditions that were not favorable to students at the time in the Eastern Cape. So it already tells you that Mama Sobukwe was a leader in her own right, and she was not a leader, or she's not coming to the picture because of her relationship with Robert Sobukwe. So it shows you that she was a leader up until today. She played a very pivotal role, not only in the PAC, but in the entire liberation movement, and also in the post-1994 government. She continued to support the PAC in all forms of support that was available at the time, including assisting those who wanted to, the young people who wanted to go to other countries, either for training militarily or to learn in the institution of higher learning in other countries, because you'll remember that the conditions at the time in South Africa were not favorable to many young people. So young people had to go to other countries to either learn or to either train militarily so that they could help or to assist, to contribute in dismantling the racist apartheid regime. So she played a very pivotal role in that. She was a communicator between the PAC and Robert Sobukwe. in a sense that she was able to visit Sobukwe occasionally in prison and taking the messages from Robert Sobukwe, piloting them to the PAC and to the entire Azania. So we used to fondly affectionately call her Mother of Azania because of the role that she had played not only to the PAC but to the entire country, or to the entire society of South Africa, the occupied Tanzania. She was able to fight up until today. When we visited her during Mother's Day around April, she also said that she acknowledges that at least this country is acknowledging and appreciating the efforts done by her husband Robert Sobukwe to talk about the land question. But it was not going in the narrative in which the PAC had appreciated that the land should be repossessed and not be expropriated. So she was led that the discussion or the conversation was already being debated around the country. So that is the achievement of the PAC. But going back to the award, we had said earlier that it was done a little bit too late. She was supposed to be honored immediately after the post-apartheid government.
And spokesperson, that was going to be my next question. I mean, a lot of people are of the view that really after her husband's death, she was somewhat forgotten and not honored enough. What is your reaction to those sort of statements? She has been forgotten. It is of late that the government has been trying to correct all the wrong treatment that they've been showing to her by either giving her the recognition or that particular award. But it was done a little bit too late. It was supposed to be done at least when we had done the elections of 1994. The respect or the recognition should have been demonstrated at that time, because the state had all the powers to do that, but they instead did not do that. And during the TRC, she was not called to the TRC, but she rather was the one who asked to be cross-questioned or to share certain information that she knew about Prof and the struggle that she went through without the government or without the presiding officers of TRC inviting her. So she had to write to them that I want to be part of the TRC. So it already demonstrates the kind of woman that she was, or the caliber of woman she was. And she passes on in a very important month of Women's Month, where it is devoted to the struggle of women, or what women are going through in the country. Remember what is going on in the institution of higher learning, where young women are experiencing violence either from senior staffs of the universities or from the colleagues, the students themselves. So we must learn a lot from Sobukwe to be the initiators. We must not wait until things are done for ourselves, but women should stand in for themselves. Women should take initiative. They should not wait for men to tell them what to do, but instead they must embody what Sobukwe was doing by being able to speak for themselves, because they understand the conditions better than their male counterparts. Spokesperson, speaking about timing, there are also reports of an exhumation of PAC members taking place today. Could you confirm these details and provide us with any further information in this regard?
Yes, there's an exhumation that is taking place in Pretoria right now. The people who are being exhumed, they used to be called, or they are known as Manseville 4. They were hanged in Pretoria, and today their families have gathered together with the party members in Pretoria. At the moment, they are in Kosimampuru correctional facilities. The family will be performing rituals, and from there they will head to the cemeteries in respect to Mamelodi B3 cemetery, and then from there the date of reburial will be will be communicated to our masses. That is also one of the injustice that has been done by either the media or the public. Because we only talk about few people who have been hanged because they belong to a certain political party, whilst we forgot majority of people who have been hanged coming from other liberation organizations such as the PAC. So these are the same people who have been forgotten, just like Mama Sobukwe. But we are glad that at least the media is raising awareness about these issues, and they have been doing that since we have begun this process of exhumation some recent years back. So we are very glad with the support that we are getting both from the media and from the public, and we'll be glad to have people who will be attending the funeral of these giants once the communication have been issued by the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development.
All right, spokesperson, thank you very much for your time and sharing these details with us. We appreciate your time.